Yeah. Welcome to the lunch hour at Cafe Sela. Is that the delivery truck? What are they bringing? Vegetables. How's your new deck coming? All right. Well, as long as you're ahead of schedule. Well, look who's coming here. That's the Tanis family. That's a young man, Tyrone Dia. Tanis, I call him Dia. He's the one I got onto the other day about. I heard him talking to this girl, so I think he's going to force her to have sex with him. I haven't talked to the girl yet. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know your son is planning on having sex? I don't know. What's the young girl's name, young man? Now, I want you to understand something. You're reaching a place in life that we've already been. So do yourself a favor. If you don't want to wind up at the health department or going to jail for not paying child support, pay very close attention, because they do put you in jail for not paying child support. Now, did you know that, let me ask you, have you ever met God? None of you have met God. Neither the parents nor the son. Y'all come to eat. Y'all have lunch. Let's eat. So what you gonna have? Curry wings are good. Got the curry wings. They got the pepper steak. They got the teriyaki turkey. Yeah, we don't do pork. Cafe Sela is a place here in the Deadly City. Y'all have been in the Deadly City that long? About a year. Yeah, but it's a good place. You can come and hear some worship music. You know what worship music is? Dia. What's your name, young lady? That's Tamara. All right. She's been here before with somebody. Yeah, so, is this the young lady coming down? Racinia, there's a rumor going around town that you and Tyrone are planning on hooking up for a date. It's a small town, things travel. Both of y'all are too young to be having sexual intercourse. If you're too young to have sexual intercourse, don't have sexual intercourse. Sex is a God idea, not a man idea. And sex is God's holy order. God arranged it. Marriage is God's holy order for sex. You want to have sex? Wait until marriage. If you're supposed to be of the redeemed, or you say you're saved and you're having sex and you're dating, stop it, because God can't bless your marriage. And then you got to go back and sanctify your marriage all over again, or you're going to be going into your marriage with sin when you do get married, because you've already had sex before. And it's a proven fact that those who kiss on the first date rarely ever have a successful relationship, let alone romance and or marriage. I think a study was recently done where they asked 100 people who were going through a divorce, how many of them kissed on the first date. I think about 90% of them said they kissed on the first date. Then the question was asked by the moderator, well, all right, when you started realizing, both of you, that things are going to go downhill, how many of you, what percentage of you regretted kissing on the first date? And it went up 5%. So it's a guarantee that if you kiss on the first date, chances are you have a 95% chance of your marriage failing. So, young man, hey, don't you give your virginity to her, and don't you give your virginity, young lady, to him. While you have your virginity, it's the only time that you're in full control. Once you give it away, you can't get it back. But you know what? If you have lost your innocence, I'm saying about it in here in this restaurant, if you've lost your innocence, and I'm not trying to preach, I'm just sharing with you, if you've lost your innocence, Jesus Christ can give it back to you. If someone took your innocence from you sexually, Jesus Christ can give it back to you. I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm just saying this is what thus saith the Lord. See, if any man be in Jesus Christ, he or she is a new creation. Old things are passed away, behold, all things are come new. Beautiful day. Right. Why don't you take a holy lunch with newTV, second Trumpet Tel-A-Vision TV, right here. How about that? First, the Ukraine wants tanks, and now they want fighter jets. Told you, don't let the devil ride. If you let him ride, he want to drive. Hey, man, what is it about sex, man? What is it about sex that causes even the most mightiest of human beings to fall? Understand this, people. God is committed to conforming me to his will. Don't you misunderstand it. If you work for Walmart or McDonald's or some other major company, they will conform you to their way of doing business, and you will conform if you want a paycheck. Well, if you want God's blessing, I want God's blessing. Have you ever met God? Do you know he has a son? Well, he does. And his son is named Jesus, called the Christ in English. Yeshua HaMashiach in Hebrew. When he lived, he did live here on the earth. He's God come down in a human body. You ever heard of anything like that? A God supernatural is holy, not hokey. When he came down here, he lived as a Hebrew-speaking Jewish man, and his name is still Yeshua HaMashiach or Yeshua HaMashiach. People from that area pronounce it like that with a bit of a CH or a K on the end. But he's the God who made you. He's the God that made me. Sex is Jesus Christ's idea. Sex is a God idea. And guess what? And you want to guess, marriage is God's holy order for sex. Did you know that the kingdom of heaven has closed borders? I may be moving a little bit fast, but just be patient with me. The kingdom of heaven has closed borders. The United States should have closed borders, but the kingdom of heaven definitely does. Because the only way you make it through to the kingdom of heaven is through Jesus Christ to the Father, and you must come through the cross at Calvary. Have you been washed in the blood? This is all about, hey, I'm just a witness. I'm just sharing with you what I know God has done in my life. I'm not talking theology. I'm talking real holy doctrine. Remember this, Jesus Christ is Messiah, but when he was here, he trusted his Father, and his Father showed him how to walk in the way of holiness. If you want to be with the Lord, you must come out of Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Zennism, political correctness, humanism. You must come out of all those things so that God can fill you with his spirit, like he filled me with his spirit. And then you'll understand why he says that sex only belongs in marriage. Marriage is God's holy order for sex. I said it once before. Sex in the confines of marriage is like a fire in the fireplace. It's beautiful. But anywhere else, it's just a raging forest fire. It will destroy everything and everyone in its path. Hey, look, do yourself a favor, human. Okay, get to know God. Get to know him. Hey, there is a God. It's not you, it's not me. Your spirit is eternal. When you and I either die or go to sleep in Christ, that spirit will go back to God. It goes back to God who created it. But my soul, your soul must be redeemed. It must be washed in the blood of the Lamb in order for you to be saved, sanctified, and filled with God's spirit, his brain, his mind, his intelligence, his identity. When I understood that, I wanted that, man. Do you? That's my queen. We're getting ready to go out to lunch. Hey, what was it we had last night again? Chicken Alfredo. That's good. I got some. Okay, just remember, hey, okay, marriage is God's holy order for sex. Don't be backdoor creeping. Don't be nighttime blissing about being with somebody else's mate. That's funny. Hey, sweetie, I'm listening to this CD that I got that's got like some Halloween stories on it, and I'm looking for some horror effects for some tapes and things that the Lord's got coming up for newTV 7 Trumpet Tel-A-Vision TV. So I'm going through like horror sounds and stuff. Pretty funny, the ghost with the one black eye. You're gonna be the ghost with two black eyes. Hey, what was that? Chicken Alfredo. Wow. Well, I guess I've had that. No, I haven't had that before. I've had chicken tetrazzini before. Young lady, we were out doing some witnessing and basically just doing what we do, working in the vineyard, and the Lord blessed her to sponsor lunch for me, so we went and had chicken tetrazzini. Okay. Lock up the big door for me. Okay. Thank you. So what is it about sex, man? What is it about sex that causes even the mightiest of humans to fall? Jesus Christ is the only human being born without the aid of sexual intercourse. Are you having sex? If you say you belong to the Lord, you're not supposed to be having sex until you get married. I had to tell two kids today from the deadly city on separate occasions. Both of them are too young to have sex. They're about 14, 15, and both of them are much too young to have sex. See, if you want life's ultimate satisfactions, you can only find those as a redeemed soul, someone who's washed in the blood of the Lamb. Have you been washed in the blood of the Lamb? I'm not talking religion or Christianity or Christian. I'm asking you. Do you know who the Lamb of God is? Have you ever even heard of anything such as that? Have you ever heard of God? Have you ever met God? Did you know that God has a son? Well, he does. The son's name is Jesus. In English, we call him Jesus called the Christ. When he was here, he lived as a Hebrew-speaking Jewish man. He didn't speak English. He learned it later, I'm sure, because he traveled the world with Joseph of Arimathea, his uncle, for about 18 years. So I'm sure he learned it. But his name in Hebrew is pronounced Yeshua HaMashiach or Yeshua HaMashiach. People from that area usually say it kind of like that with a kind of a K or CH on the end or something like that. Anyway, he's the God that created you and me. I had to tell some kids today from the Deadly City, y'all are too young to be having sex. Hey, you people that are priests and elders and those who are charged with leadership, if you're sanctioning same-sex marriage, you're going to stand before that in the judgment before God. Hey, you people that are responsible for ministering the word, you people that are responsible for delivering the truth, you better not bow to political correctness. You see, understand this, for those who don't understand, the people of God live under the lordship of Jesus called the Christ. His kingdom is more legitimate than the United States. So we work within the system that America provides. But if America's system comes against God's commandment, his holy plan, you better go with God, because God created man, America. He created the heavens and the earth, the seas, and all that in them is. Sex is a God idea. Marriage is God's holy order for sex. And if you're about to get married, don't kiss on your first date. You stand a 95% chance of your marriage failing. If you're same-sex, everything you do is illegal, because same-sex is an abomination unto the Lord, gay and lesbian community. When you touch another body that's of the same sex, that personally is an abomination to God. So who knows what you'll get for that. But if you've lost your virginity, your innocence through sex, God will make you a virgin again. He will. He can. I can't speak it from personal experience. I'm a virgin. Don't mind saying so. By God's grace and mercy, he's kept me, and he will keep you. If you want your virginity back, God will give it to you. When Jesus Christ went and poured his blood on the mercy seat, okay, that enabled everyone who lost anything to be able to get it back, but you got to come through Calvary. Everything that I've lost, I've retained. But I could only retain it through Calvary. See? Sex in the confines of marriage is like a beautiful fire in the fireplace. But anywhere else, it might as well be a raging forest fire, destroying everything and everyone in its path. Hey, come on, man. You ain't that lonely. I ain't that lonely. You call yourself, hey, we can go to heaven without a lot of things, but we can't go to heaven without Jesus Christ. Okay? I can do without sex, believe it or not. You can live without sex, but you can't live without Jesus Christ. Hey, all I'm here to witness to you and share with you is for you, men and women, hey, keep your fingers out of it, because they don't belong to you. That's some good sound effects on there. Have sex God's way, you get God's blessing.